We have frozen pipes and some wattage that's a mystery. Where's it coming from? Let's track it down. I have about a 6 amp draw on one of my phases and about a 2 amp draw on one of the other phases. I checked the water pump and I don't hear any weird noises coming from it, so I've got the amp meter. What's drawing the amperage over here? It is chilly. So this is feeding the water pump right here. So we'll just take our handy dandy little meter, set it to 60 amps. Well, hold on, that's set to DC. We need to set this to AC actually. There we go, AC. Let's try this again. Yeah, so nothing pulling from the pumps. Okay. Got those nice and tightened down. The key about this is, you can see how this bar is one of these blades and this other bar is the other blade. So if you're not familiar, this breaker's coming in. You've got basically 2 phases here, feeding one side and the other. It's important that your breaker on a 240 be operating off of both bars. So this is 120, this is 120. So we're just gonna make sure this goes back on there. The little blades here are going to plug right in. So there we go. And turn the main breaker back on. And those are on. Okay. Okay, so nothing drawing from the water pump, and so maybe it's the septic, because nothing in the house, everything in the house, it's on the Chinese diesel heater off of the other charger, the River 2. So possibly maybe the septic system is pulling that draw. So let's go chase down this situation. And look at that, we have lights. It is chilly, guys. Alright. 0.7 amps. 0.6 amps, so it's not this. So if you can see there, we've got 5.2 amp draw. This breaker is from the inverter. So basically, something in this box is drawing that amperage, because here on this second phase we have 5.2 and the other one should be lower. Yeah, and then basically 2. The question is, what in here is drawing that energy? Maybe it's the wire going out front, and it's not the septic. The mystery plot thickens. Now one thing I see is we've got the light up there in the tree, and we've also got this pump shed. I see the light on the side there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's a quartz light on in here. Okay, this outdoor light up here going as well, so maybe it's these lights. Let's see if we're still drawing that energy, guys. 1145 watts. What in the world is taking that energy? So we got this new meter. It's not sponsored, but the Oliphant's smart meter socket. So we'll use this to see if we can find that draw in here. It's just really weird. I've not seen this draw before. Normally it's about 400. So we got the instructions, got the meter, the appliance, and to this side, plug this in the wall. What is the smart TV pulling? So we'll just plug the TV in there. Press and hold this button. I guess pointing 98. All right, so it's safe to say it's not the TV. We're at 838 watts right now. So it's drawing almost 3 amps. So this accounts for 3 amps, okay. Off would mean the switch is off, so basically this is pulling 1 watt. Okay, so the dryer in standby mode is pulling 0.1 watts. So I wonder about the network gear here. So you can see the network gear is all turned off. Okay, 120 volts, so plug in the network gear in. We'll let everything get spun up and working. Let all the cameras turn on, see what it's actually pulling. It's almost an amp. It's coming up some. You know, I'm wondering how much that quartz light out there pulls. The quartz light in the water pump area. So safe to say, I guess, about a little shy of an amp is what the network gear is pulling. Now remember, all the cameras are coming online using power over Ethernet. So the network gear does not pull more than an amp, basically, is what I'm seeing here. Alright, so after resetting everything, we've still got about a 900 watt draw. Normally this is about 450. So I'm wondering where the other 400 watts going. Let's turn off the front porch light, turn off the shed lights. Mention that front yard light has no response. 920 watts. Where is this electricity going? Alright, let's see if the computer might be drawing that. Alright. Let's plug this little guy in here. So it looks like 0.65 amps or about 53 watts. Let's check our down to 924. And our little USB charger, it's pulling 0.22 amps or 14 watts. Right here, and see what that quartz light is pulling. Actually, we're only getting 118 volts out here though. Okay, this light is feeding the light inside of the pump shed. Yeah, look at that. So that's drawing 4 amps, 466 watts. Appears to be this one. Right here. We'll confirm that. And we should have a pretty massive loss on this voltage, or this amperage rather. Yeah, look at that. 331 watts. So what we just did when we disabled that breaker was turned off the light in the pump shed. Basically reset this light here and also the light up in the front tree. Let's re-enable that. It should have reset those lights. We'll still have that quartz light. You know, remember it's freezing out here. Well, that gives us a roundup of where the mystery energy was going. We'll tally it up. But that at least explains where the mystery energy was going, and that we don't have something in the septic system. You know, a pump may be frozen up that's drawing energy, or something in the well pump. So at this point, I'm satisfied with that. I think the main thing we can attribute is the quartz light out in the pump shed is what's drawing a majority of that energy, which doesn't normally happen, so it's accounted for. Okay guys, so the water is frozen up as we talked about earlier. We tracked down the electrical. Now we need to try to salvage pipes from busting if possible. So what we're going to do is open up the valves hot and cold in the house here. Also, we're going to go out the main pipe that goes from the house to the well pump housing, and we're going to shut the main valve off coming to the house out there. I believe we've also got a valve somewhere along that pipeline that we can open up as well, which is going to help us to hopefully relieve pressure as it begins to thaw. That's the hope. So we'll see how that pans out. Right, so that valve is wide open. We'll go ahead and open this drain valve. Draining, which is good. So there's some pressure being released from there. All of this looks pretty solid, which is normally the coldest part. So I believe we're okay on that. Shut. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I think we're good at the pump shed. All right, that's promising. All right, guys, so it's coming down to nightfall, about 6 o'clock in the evening, and the temperatures are starting to come down again, but the sun has been on the pipes all day. We're driving back to the homestead now to check and see if we're able to get any thawing through those pipes to get any water action, and also to see if those pipes did bust or not. So hopefully with the pressure valves open and the pressure released off of the line, we're going to be able to avoid the pipes busting. We will see. So the pipes were frozen. After a couple hours sitting out in the sun and taking the pressure off earlier, we opened the valve out of the pump house. Hopefully it's going to push back some of the frozen stuff in the pipes and give us water. Wow, guys, after hearing some air pushing through the system, having a little bit of iron come out of it, we have water again. No broken pipes, water flowing, and now a shower. That's going to be amazing.